welcome. I'm glad you're feeling better. Grand Rising, Millie. Welcome, everybody. Give it a few moments here. Actually, if you start an intro immediately when the video pops up, it gets cut off by YouTube. It's really weird. It's like if you do a short, the last 3 seconds of a short, you have to stretch it over or it gets cut off. It's weird. All right, so good dawning. Welcome to Friday. Good dawning here with myself, Josh, Mr. Floyd. Channel Archangel Raphael in Saint Germain, but if you're watching this, you probably know that. If you've come across this on YouTube, welcome. If you're watching this in a replay, or most people, I don't think anybody's watching a rewind, a few people. But if you're watching this in a replay, welcome. Grateful to have you. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Today is Friday, so good dawning. How are you feeling, Millie? We are been sending favor, love, and prayers. We know that your daughter was sick, and know that you've not been doing so well. A huge rose. Oh, blessed. Speaking of which, before we get anybody in the chat here, I'm going to run right over there and grab my rose quartz as well. Walk. There we go. All right, so now we have the rose quartz. And good dawning, Helene. How's your universe? Any big weekend plans for anybody out there? All right, so we're going to do a couple things today. We're going to work with the rose quartz to promote healing. Millie, with Millie in mind here, for sure. And anybody else, of course, Suzette's mom. And of course, for Zoe, who all tests came back clear from what I'm understanding as well. I found the great video on chakra cleansing. It's only 11 minutes. It'd be if you can't post anything. Yeah, you can post it. You have a banner. Of course, you can post it without question. Or you can send it by email, whatever you want to do. You can pin it if you want. I don't care. Joyce. Absolutely. Good dawning. And amethyst too, blessed, balance. Awesome stuff. All right, so we're going to work with the rose quartz today, again, for healing, since some of the family here has been sick. We're going to do our energetic work as well. We're going to do 15 seconds and see what we're manifesting, of course. Today is Friday, so there's only 3 of us in the chat so far, so we'll give it a few minutes. But I will take any questions from the audience as well. So if you guys have any questions there, family, for Saint Germain or Archangel Raphael or Sekhmet or Isis, we can bring Isis will come through as well. She's right there, dearies. And so yeah, that's thank you. I will not click on that, as you will see everything go black on your screen immediately. Always have that. Oh, there's a link. We've become like Pavlov with the dog there when he rings the bell and the mouth salivates. Oh, a link. I guess we need to push that. Even in my live, I'm going, oh, a link. Click. We don't really want to do that. But yeah, Helene put in, if you look at the chat there, thank you. It's a really good chakra cleansing. I'm not sure whom it's from, but definitely. There's a new video out from Michael as well, energetic healing with Michael. I think I put that in his folder in the community page as well. So yeah, so all right, good dawning, Joyce. And all right, so we're glad that Millie's feeling better. I think she's got her scripts and everybody is doing well. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So good dawning and welcome. So first thing we're going to do is, as we've been doing here, we're going to work with our energetics, right? So Fridays tend to be a little bit slower here. And of course, Tuesday, we're going to have Viviani on the channel. So Tuesday Night Live, we're going to have Viviani. She's been working with John on Mondays, and she does Akashic Records. So we're going to get in. And that's what Michael was doing, actually, Helene. He was doing chakra cleaning. So he was going through your sacral, from your sacral. Well, he starts at the top and works his way down, but from your crown chakra and down. But yeah, so we'll definitely see that. Good dawning, Yanksy. Welcome. We appreciate it. I got to get your pictures. We did get new pictures of Ali. I have to get those posted, and we'll do so today as well. So what we're going to do first is take a few moments here and do some energetic clearing, as we've been doing. And in this case, we're going to, do we want to do, and I'll leave it to the group if you want a thumbs up or not, or I'll just figure it out here. Do we want to do an energetic cleansing, or do we want to do a energetic, like a cleansing, or a recall, like energetic recalling our old energies? We can do either one. I'm kind of open to both here. So either way, I don't have any specifics from Saint Germain here. It's really going to be up to the group. So if I get a thumbs up for either one, the first thumbs up I get here, we'll say energetic clearing or if you want to do, say yes. If you don't want that, then give me 2 thumbs up for cord cutting, if anybody in the chat wants to do so. If not, then we'll just go ahead and do an energetic recall here, which is, I think, what we'll end up doing. So, yeah. All right. Perfect. All right, so what we're going to do is recall some energy then. So we've done a recall of our childhood and past disappointment. So what we're going to recall now, the energetics of failure in our universe. We have not done that. Oh, so we got a single one there. So cord cutting. Ah, okay. Actually, we're going to go with the energetics of failure. That's what came to mind first here. Came to soul first. So what we're going to do is, if you're at home, all you have to do is just join us. We're going to go ahead and recall some energies. Anything that's out there that we have been disappointed with, failed, any of our old past non-triumphs, anything that we've started that didn't get going, all those lost energies stop us from creating new. So if we're out in our universe and we're looking to create new in our universe, but we still have dangling participles, so to speak, old energies that are hanging out in our, oh, okay, this was one for recalls. That's what we want. Perfect. So that's what we're doing. We're recalling our energy. We're recalling past failures. We're recalling past, basically, failures and disappointments so that we can start new. So if maybe you started a business and you still got frustrations on it and it failed, or maybe you just didn't do well and you dropped out of college or something and you failed there. So whatever it is that it's a failure in your universe, could be failed friendships, relationships, maybe unfinished projects, and things like that. So that's what we're going to do. And so from our end here, it's real simple. Again, and if you've been with us, we've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. We've been doing the clearing, the recalling starting this week. So we're going to go ahead and really, it's just a matter of stating to ourselves that we want to recall that energy back. We've left it out there. So now we're going to make a grand statement to our universe that we want that energy back in our frame, that we want to bring that energy back to us, and that we want to recall that energy. We no longer want to leave that out there, especially if you're trying to start something new or in a cycle change in your universe. Leaving old energy out there is not always your best bet. So it's really just as simple. And if you want to follow along, or you can create your own mantra. It's really that simple. It's just a matter of repeating after me, closing your eyes and repeating. I'm recalling all the energies of past failures, disappointments, unfinished projects, and any other ideas that were not created, were not seen through, were not acted upon, that are still in my energetic field. I recall all energetic fragments back to myself. I clear all the energy anew and bring all that energy in to be used anew again. There we go. So really, that's all there is to it. We've recalled old energy from stuck projects, lost time, things that we never completed, and whatnot. Bringing that energy and calling that energy back to us gives us the opportunity then to reuse it, for one, and to not have those energetic blocks that have been with us that are sitting out in our universe there. So if you're feeling blocked otherwise in your universe otherwise, then yeah, you can always call those energies back. You can always look into yourself to see if you're still hanging on to past projects or anything that may not have worked in your universe. All right, so we're going to go ahead then as well then. And I don't know, Saint Germain's wanting to come through. This is kind of a weird dawning here. I'm trying to ground some energies here. And for some reason, it seems a little lost. But from my end here, let's see what we've got. So we're going to bring in Saint Germain because he's calling through and see what he's got here. All right, so good dawning. We are counting down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good dawning and welcome. We are Saint Germain, Archangel Raphael, and we are channeling through Josh for you, to you today. We do not have the largest crowd here, and we are grateful that anybody is here wanting to watch Josh and Saint Germain this dawning. So we're going to ask you some questions here. We're going to do some good dawning questions with Mr. Floyd and Saint Germain. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. Otherwise, we will do a channeling, and we are going to work with the energetics. So while you are thinking about your questions, if you have any questions, the chat is rather slow. So if you want to put any questions into the chat, you are welcome to do so. Otherwise, we are going to work with the energetics, and we are helping Millie and her family to get better. And if you have energetics out there or you are not feeling well in your universe, then we are here to help with that by smoothing out your energies, doing some work with the pink rose quartz here. So we are going to do that as well. And we are going to help your energetics out. And we are grateful that you are here this dawning. So here we go. All right. It may not be so long. We are going to have a short good dawning here. Get you on your way for your weekend. Of course, it's Friday, so you are required to fry something today, of course. Nonetheless. Any suggestions on quantum jumping? When you say quantum jumping, are you trying to move forward in your universe? Give Saint Germain, we have all these titles for things in our universe. Are you trying to jump a timeline? When you say quantum jumping, can you put a little bit more into the question there? Or you are trying to jump into a higher timeline? We can certainly help you with that. You are like the Bagel movie or the deck of cards in that. But let us see what you are trying to accomplish here. So if you can put just a little more info on the quantum jumping, we would be much appreciated. Saint Germain would be very grateful to find a little more information on that there for you. And we have a second question. So while we are getting that, we could answer the first question. Second question. How do we best balance? There we go. Being a Henny has answered. So then we will get to Yangtze's question after we complete Henny's. Being in a multiple dimension being, I want to travel to other timelines or dimensions and experiences of myself. There we go. That's just a good question. You're like a deck of cards, your universe, right? So you think of your universe, right? You have multiple lifetimes, right? Or multiple stacked times that are happening right now in your universe. But you are only one card that you can pull out, right? So if you are 52 cards, but your universe, the universe you are experiencing, is only one card within that. So you have all the other 51 cards that you could experience. So that is a good question, so to speak. And if you think of your universe, your life stacked up, all happening at once, like the Bagel movie, right? We have said that before. Everything is kind of, the Bagel movie is very accurate. So we are saying that from your universe and from your end, if you want to create or step into another timeline, first off, you have to visualize that timeline. For you to get anywhere in your universe, you have to feel it, you have to visualize it, you have to be as if you are already in that timeline, so to speak. So if you are wanting to experience a whole new universe or something different in your current universe, in your current frame, then you are going to have to be in that other frame, that other universe inside yourself already. So you are, and you could also, of course, call upon your higher self to that highest timeline. So if you're looking for a new timeline, you are going to say, hey, higher self, I know that I have multiple timelines and I call upon my highest timeline, or the timeline you are looking for. You obviously, I don't believe you with the timeline where you could be a ballerina, a ballet dancer. It's not going to happen. But if you are looking for a higher timeline where you may be more abundant, or maybe you have a better house, or your universe is, you are looking for a shift in your universe, live as if you are already on that timeline, for one. That good morning, Lara B. We are grateful to see you. And we are just going to get an email out to you. We are going to hammer out a day outside of Tuesday. And we will get, and he will send that to you today. And we will get a tarot card set up so you can do readings once a week on the channel. We would be grateful. And we are grateful for your talents. We are asking Henny's question. She was asking how could she transfer timelines, so to speak, to find a better timeline or experience more in her universe. Visualizing, telling people, this may sound crazy, but it's not crazy because you understand the energetics. So if people are saying, what are you doing in your universe? And you are a clerk at a grocery store, for example, but you are writing a book. So you say you are writing a book. You could tell people, I am a world famous author. And they'll be like, you are working here at the grocery store. Nope. Now you see that. But in my mind, I am the world famous author I have written the greatest book on energetics, whatever it is, for you. Live in that timeline. That's the biggest thing for you, Helene, is to be the timeline you are wanting to be in. So you are whatever it is. You are looking for a new house. Ah, this is my old house. I am just here now, occupying it. Why? Because a new house is on the way. I can see it. I am working with the real estate agent, or I have one in mind, and it's just all coming together. This is just a temporary shelter for me. So if you start seeing your universe, your current timeline is temporary, right? All timelines can collapse, and you can brand new timeline. So you are in a collapsing timeline. You can state that to your universe. The current timeline, what I am in now, Josh is not stating that, although wouldn't mind some change. It's collapsing around me. I am going to wake up in a brand new timeline. That is another thing that you can do, and you can always write out your intentions and what you want to see, not what you're going to get, what you would like to intend to see in your new timeline. We're not saying that's going to show up, but it could show up better. Generally, it's not worse. You don't generally, your universe, as you ascend, you are not going, I am ascending, so I'm losing my apartment and losing my car and getting worse, and now I have nothing. And it's generally, it does not happen that way. So from your end, then you can see it that way, and you can also write it out. You could set goals for yourself, like we are doing for November 11th. That's another thing that you can do, is you ground into where you want to be, and then you put it there. Poof. If you are looking for a new car, right, you go to the dealership once a week and you sit in that car and you become friends with them. Like, I'm back. I'm sitting in my new car. You can do it. I'm going to go chill now. I will be out of the car in a half an hour. But for now, I'm going to take the car up in your showroom and I'm going to chill in my new car. I'm driving it. I'm really just sitting in your showroom, but in order to manifest it, I'm sitting in my new car. You could do that too, if you are looking for a new car. Lots of things that you can do to bring in that timeline, but it's, first off, writing out your intentions is the biggest thing. What do I want to see? If we aren't grounded in a specific, we are creating it up here, but we haven't put it on paper, or we aren't specific, it'll keep morphing, right? You will change it. You will be in a better mood one day, so you want more. You'll be in a worse mood one day, and you want less. And or you'll feel that you don't deserve as much. There you go. And so you will keep changing the auric field. The energetics will change, and you will not get exactly what you will. You don't anyways, but you will not even come close to what you are looking for because you are confusing the universe. So put it on paper. Always big deal to put it on paper so you can see it. And then when it's in front of you and you're like, oh, here I am in my universe. This is what I had put on paper. It is mirroring my life. There you go. So we are hoping that helps. But either way, it's about your grand intentions and telling the universe, I see where I am, but I intend to see where I'm going. And I tend to be here. And you're going to take me there, right? Carry that energy with you. You create your universe. You're your own toroidal field. So this toroidal field is going blank, wherever you want to go. I am blank, and it is blank. And you are making all these absolute statements. Well, you're making statements to your universe. As long as you don't take those statements back from yourself, I'll pull them out of the universe and take them and try to stuff them in your pocket or say you are not worthy. Let other people, this is where comic people can come in and be very damaging to your universe when you don't want to go telling people your crazy plans or whatever you are trying to accomplish in your universe or want to create there, Helene. So you want to be careful not to tell people because then you could get some comic energy to be like, you do that? Ha ha ha. That is not going to happen. You are crazy. It brings down your energetics just a little bit, makes it that much harder to bring in what you want into your frame. So we're hoping that helps there, Helene. And of course, if you have additional questions, you can always email Mr. Floyd Channelings and we will get in touch, of course. But nonetheless, you know how to find us. You see him on YouTube 3-4 times a day sometimes. Ha ha ha. So you have any more questions? Of course, just ask him. We are always here for you. We are grateful that you are here for us too. All right, so we had a question from Nancy. How do we balance release our savior complex and still be in our savior complex? Ooh, that is a very good one. That is a good question there, Yangtze. Because we want to help each other. What you are going to find in the savior complex comes a lot of that comes from yourself in your traumas. You are your trauma body. There we go. Trying to balance out yourself, fixing yourself thus fixing others. It's not the easiest thing. It's not the easiest thing to do. We're going to go back and reread your question again to make it a little bit. How to balance releasing. You know what happens is as you get into your frame, Yangtze, this is going to make a lot of sense. It may not, but hopefully it does. If it does not, please let Saint Germain and Akin Raphael know. But if you, as you ascend, as you get further into your frame, which I am gathering from your emails and from what you have been saying in the chat and whatnot, and that you are worked with John Benny, you are getting deeply into frame, which is amazing. Because that is a big deal. When we are out of frame, not in ourselves, the empathical energies, there we go, the empath energies, and we all have those. If you're watching this, you are most likely empathic in some fashion, where you have your universe taught you because your energetics were not there. You had to protect yourself, right? So if you have bad parents, not bad, but parents who are highly energetic, karmic parents, negative parents, mean parents, or parents who did not pay attention to you, or were always up and down in their energetics, Yangtze, you have to ground into their energy, right? So if your parents are narcissistic, then you have to look at your parents with a different eye. You get out of your frame and frame yourself in your parents' frame so that you know when you are not going to be damaged, right? So you are looking at your parents, right, and going, okay, I'm reading their energetics. They are going up, I go up. They go down, my energetics go down. We are doing that to protect ourselves, so we know when to approach our parents, when to disappear, but not, so that we are not getting beat up in our universe, right? Whether that was your parents or not. But we do that with other people as well. If you are feeling that you want to save somebody, it is part of that feeling. It's part of that whole energetics of empathy, right? You are an empath in some form or fashion, and you are feeling that their universe. And and this is how this works, and it's just not the negative on you or anything else. It's a conflation of energies, right? So you are grounding into helping somebody, that you are feeling their sadness and wanting to help because you are used to attuning your energetics to other people, right? So your best friend is having a crappy day, right there, having a terrible day. So you are going to attune and you are sitting in the car with them. So you attune your energetics to them. As an empath, your energy is going to go down. You're going to feel in a greater or lesser way how they are feeling, how they are describing their emotions. I am feeling sad. You might start to feel sad. You are going to say, oh, I've been there. I want to help you. That's what the empath does. How do you fix that? You fix yourself. It's about grounding into yourself and realizing you are sauce, that you don't need those. This is going to be an interesting way. I have to figure this out and explain this in the right way. But once you have grounded into yourself and you find your own frame, as you are doing, Yangtze, as we can tell, just energetically, Saint Germain can tell, you are finding your frame. You are finding yourself more solid in yourself. When you do, you put up a little bit of a delineation, a wall between your emotional energetics and others. The empath in you switches to, I can feel that and I can understand that, but I don't own that anymore. You can heal that portion of you as an empath where you are taking claim of and on other people's energetics and emotions. So if somebody's having a crappy day and you feel it, immediately your energy goes down, right? You are feeling less. Why? And you might even be like, what did I do? Am I bringing this person down? And that is not the case at all. Once you learn to stand deeper into your frame, I am sauce. I am okay with myself. And you will start having days, and we are speaking through Josh's experience, of course. You will start having days, and Saint Germain understands in the grand alchemy and energetics, right? So from your end, you will have days where you are not in a negative space anymore. You are going to start to have days, if you are doing the work, if you have done the trauma work and released the greater traumas, understood them and walked yourself through them in your frame, in your body, then when you are sitting there with your friend, they are going to say, ooh, this is happening, or I'm losing my, whatever it is. You're not going to want to rescue them anymore because you are solid in your frame. You are going, I do not need to step out of my frame to find myself to help by helping them, which is what we did with our parents. I'm going to step out of my frame. I'm never in my frame. I'm standing in my parents' frame because they are a threat to my energetics, a threat to me. So I have to focus on them. We just conflate that and focus on our friends or focus on our boss. Once you find yourself in yourself as source, the focus shifts back to yourself. You start walking with a less emotion, more silence, more peace. And when people are bringing the energetics into your frame, if you are centered on yourself, if you have released that, you have walked through your greater traumas, and you are going to look at them, you are going to say, I love you. I can feel for you. How can I help? But you are not going to want to run out and I'm going to save your complex. Josh definitely understands his savior complex. His first girlfriend, first long-term relationship, right? He rescued her from a really bad situation, from a comic, and put him in his apartment and all kinds of craziness. The rescue complex. It's exactly what he did. Pulled her out. I'll save you. You can move out of here and move into my house. She was not fixed in any way. She was still the broken energy. She had to save herself. So the relationship never worked because she had to get herself straightened out. But at least she did not commit suicide. And we are going to leave it at that. That is how crazy the savior complex, right? She was going to commit suicide, but she did not. And now she has children. So for that, making the left turn instead of the right turn might have saved her universe. We don't know the contracts that we have. But Josh is not grounded in her energetics anymore. He is worried about himself. Once you start to realize that, you will see it. It's like a veil that begins to lift, Yangtze. You will see that all of the sudden, you feel more in frame. You are not worrying so much about what others are doing because you are now in your own frame. The trauma that kept you out of frame, your parents yelling at you, what that has been resolved. So you are not needing to step out of frame to find your center in other people's energetics approval. And then when the energetics shift, right, you want to save them because, oh my gosh, I might lose my comfort zone or my friend. I need to save them so I can stay in balance where I am energetically. Are you understanding that? If you have a good friend and your good friend's like having an issue and like, I can't talk to you for a week, you're going to be like, how can I help you? I'm going to be there. What can I do for you so that you don't talk, so I can talk to you for this week, right? That's losing your energetics. Right? So it's about regaining focus to yourself and not caring what other people are even thinking at some point. I mean, you care, of course, but it's what they choose to say. And it all comes from healing. It's the back end of healing the trauma. On the back end, Josh never expected to have that happen to him where he's like, look, doesn't matter. He is in his own frame. He loves you, but you are making your own decisions, so to speak. And it will happen to you. It happens to everybody at some point, but it takes time. That is the end of when you're not the end of, but the beginnings of you coming out of the dark night, right? And you are in your light day, right? You are in the day of light, the lightness, light body, right? So as your traumas fall off, you are not focused on others' traumas. You are focused on what you are doing in your universe. There we go. Hopefully that helps. Dohola Martin, welcome. We are grateful you are here. But if you want more information, just send an email and we will, no worries, no chat. We are going to contact you anyway. So, and set something up so we can go further into that with the follow-up from our one-on-one. So we will do that. And Josh will get an email out. Or you send an email as to the date and time that works best for you. But we can answer that in a deeper way. So let's see what else we have here. Lara B, I think, had a question. So we answered the first two questions here. We're going to go backwards to the chakra cleansing and go forward. So there we go. Saint Germain, Yangtze, Lara B had a question, I think was next. Saint Germain, how do you see me best being of service to others while using my spiritual gifts? Start your own YouTube channel, Lara. What is stopping you? You are using your spiritual gifts, and only you know what your gifts are. You have graced Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael and this channel with your amazing gifts, and we are grateful for that. You have graced us with your amazing talents in seeing into others' universes and helping them to find balance within their universe. Are you seeing this? First off, that's the thing. You have to find where in yourself, what can you be added value to the universe? You are added value to Saint Germain's universe and Archangel Raphael's for sure. And so you are added value to this channel. So first off, if you are looking to use your gifts, open yourself up to being available to use them, meaning your energetics. How are you presenting your energetics? What are your grand intentions in your space, in your universe? Are you waking up in your dawning there and asking your universe? That's going to be the real question. Are you asking your universe, Lara, to put you in positions? I want to be in position to be more helpful in my universe. I want to help others. Start grounding into that. If you ground into, I want to be more helpful, I want to be more loving, I want to know how you have gifted me with the ability to see into other universes, to help them to frame their universe, to help them to guide them with the cards and whatnot, to see where they are blocked. That is a big gift. You could start your own channel. You could do tarot readings at the local star. Is there a crystal shop in your area? And you might have other talents. Have you sat down with yourself? And this is a question you can only ask yourself, Tala. And put your hand on your heart. And have you sat down with yourself and really looked in and made a list? We don't do this very often, and it would be highly recommended because you don't always know what you are playing with other than your decks of oracle and tarot cards. But your greater skills, we are asking you, first off, if you're looking to see where you can be of help, what are you having to help with? Setting up a YouTube channel. So you have one, but you have not posted anything. So you could do that as you choose to. That would remove. You want to move your universe, and this is for the chat for everybody who is watching here. We are grateful. You want to move your universe forward, do something that is going to be totally out of your box. You want to do something that is going to do something that is totally out of character for yourself. For Lara, that if you want to expand in your gifts, then do something crazy out of character. I am being honest as I can. Step out on a ledge, so to speak. We're not asking you to jump, but so to speak. But we are grateful that you stepped up and you volunteered. We can see the energetics are there. Lara wants more in her universe. We know that. Lara wants to be heard louder. It's an apparent. Lara is wanting to step into a new chapter in her universe. So wherever you are in the universe, New Hampshire there, what is available to you where you can go in Vermont, I think you're in Vermont, where you can go to bring your talents for judgment. You might end up throwing cards at the crystal shop. You could do art, you could do channeling for customers, of course. Through the crystal shop, it's about experiment. You have to get into your, think outside the box. There we go. Like, think it through. Feel it through as well. And then the question, of course, is to make a list of your greater abilities and your handicaps as well, and to marry the two together. So I want to do this, but my handicap is I'm not a good public speaker. So then you have to fill in the middle there. Okay, I'm going to go and learn public speaking. Maybe I go to Toastmasters or something, or online, whatever. But you are getting the idea is if you have skills, and we know you do, and you want to better utilize your skills, get them on paper. See where you have. Once you have your skills on paper, and you put your hand on heart and see which ones you want to utilize. Where are you in your union? And you also want to partner with your soul family, right? You want to ask Saint Germain, Archangel Raphael, your guide. Everybody has an individual guide, right? So whomever he is or she is for you, usually it's a female if you are female, but nonetheless, so a female energy, feminine energy, nonetheless. But so from your end, ask your guide to open up situations in your universe where your talents could be more utilized, where you could be more helpful as well. It's about shifting your energetics from I want to be to I am helpful in my universe, and my universe provides me with all kinds of opportunities to use my talents and be extraordinarily helpful. And ground into that, shifting your universe from I don't know what I'm doing and how do I become helpful to all right, I'm open to the energetics of being helpful. You are your grand torrential field. So we are setting the record player, so to speak, in my universe to say helpful, more my talent, using my talent. And we are going to keep repeating that to my universe till it becomes your mantra. I am helpful, I'm helping my universe, I'm using my talents in a larger, broader way, and it is helping my universe. And you keep doing that. Why? because there's nothing else that can happen, but your frame will change, your universe will change, your toroidal field will start attracting opportunities for you. But you have to believe that's going to happen and not have any negative energetics about it, or you wipe it off the table. But if you can do that, start grounding into that. Put down, all right, I am all of these things. Put it on your mirror even. I am all of these awesome talents. I have all of these amazing abilities. When you see it, this is not me, this is Mel Robbins, or Josh, this is Mel Robbins, right? So you high five yourself when you go to the mirror. High five your talents and look at yourself and go, I get to use those on a daily basis. It's about shifting that whole energetic frame into I am these talents and they are my universe. Getting on camera was a huge challenge for me. This makes sense. Getting on camera, especially live streams, I guess I am on the right track, but you did it. And you did the live stream without any negative energetics. There was no fluctuation in your voice. You did not have that crazy pause where you were like, I am frozen. I don't know what to say. None of that happened for you, Laura, or through you. You have the talent. And if you put that question on into the chat, right? If you are questioning in the chat, where can I stretch my talents? Your soul is ready. It's just the fear, getting over the fear. So you could do visualizations of you are on stage, or visualizations of 1,000 people in your YouTube chat watching you give the greatest reading ever. You could, whatever you are choosing, but you are choosing the energetic. So feel it in a much more positive way, and you will see it come to fruition in a positive way. You are already there because be proud of yourself. How many people would not go live on YouTube? Most of the planet would probably not be going live on YouTube because they are in fear. So just the fact that you went live on YouTube, you are doing better than most, right? You are already stepping into those fears and doing what you need to do, what you feel you need. There's not needs, but what your soul is calling for you to do. There we go. That you are looking for in your universe. So there we go. So keep that in mind. I saw the live stream completed perfectly and smoothly before I tell. Exactly. That is the point. See our universe. You have all these talents. So see yourself with 100,000 subscribers giving the greatest oracle reading of all time. It'll take time, of course. Josh does not expect to only have 500 subscribers. He is seeing himself with thousands of subscribers. But it's slow and steady, a windy race. So it's about holding the energetics. We are hoping that helps. And of course, if you have additional questions, always just put it in an email and we can get back in touch with you. That is not a problem. Or if Saint Germain can talk to you, we can set it up a half an hour early before you are doing your live stream. Our live streams together when we do the next tarot reading, which will probably be this weekend, hopefully, or later, early next week. But nonetheless, we are grateful for that and just ground into it. Write out your talents. We don't even really know what we are grasping at. You know that you can do tarot and oracle. I don't know what else that you are seeing, and you are feeling. So put it on paper and ask your universe to bring it into your frame loud and clear. I want to see this in my frame because I am here to be helpful. And if you do not see it happening, then you put your foot forward and go, okay, I'm going to do tarot readings, right? I trust myself. Hello, crystal shop in where you are living. Is there a tarot reader? Do you have a tarot reader? I want to be our tarot reader. Sometimes we have to take crazy steps, right? Look at Josh sitting here channeling. It's too cold for him to be channeling at the park now at 50 degrees, but 48 degrees in the dawning. But nonetheless, he's channeling in the park. People are walking by. He's got an audience of people looking and poking at this. I mean, what is this guy doing? Right in front of Saint Germain, the table, picnic table. Then there's like 3-4 people standing in front there, looking at him like he's lost his mind. But if you don't care, no, they are not in his universe now. If you don't care and you can stay in your frame, you can accomplish anything if you don't care what other people are thinking. There you go. All right, so we have other questions in here. We are grateful you are here. I'm there right now. I don't have to carry anyone else's load. I don't feel guilty. I also want to know where the balance is still being in service to. We could do that too. Balance. The balance in serving others is finding the balance in serving yourself. Are you in understanding of that? You cannot serve other people if you're not serving yourself first. That's the balance. You cannot put other people in front of you. You can. We tend to do that all the time. We don't take care of our own needs because we think taking care of somebody else is going to take care of our needs, so to speak, and it does not. So if you have to take care of yourself first to find that balance, Yankee, you are very welcome there, Lara. So you find that balance in yourself. And when you have the time and the space, not the other way around, then you help others. You fit it into your universe. You don't make your universe fit around helping others, so to speak. I mean, you could, and that is your choice. But even Mother Teresa had to block off her own time to eat her own food and go to the bathroom and whatever, just take care of herself, so to speak. So that's what we are saying here. It's about finding that balance by taking care of yourself first, then bringing up your energetics to help other people. Yangtze. So we are hoping that helps. I like that. Balance is serving others is found in balance and serve. Exactly. If you do not have that balance, then you are just really serving the fear within yourself that you are not seen. Your traumas, again, we go back to the trauma body. And as an empath, you are just trying to fulfill everybody else's emotions because that is filling your emotional state because you don't have an emotional state per se, because you have tuned to everybody else since you are 5 years old or 3 years old. So you are just living in cortisol drama and trauma, chasing after other people's energetics. Once you wake up, you realize that you are your own universe and that you are worth yourself and that you put a stop to that. You put the brakes on that. It can take time and it slows down. But eventually you will come to that point where you're like, nope, I'm in my universe and my frame and I have to take care of myself first. So I'm going to do this and this. I love you. I will be over to help you when I can, but I cannot do so right now because I am my most important asset. And if I don't take care of myself, I cannot take care of anything else in my universe or help you at all. Reminds me of the parent on the plane. Exactly. You put your own oxygen mask on. If your child will survive the 10 seconds it takes you to 2 seconds if you are in panic. So it could take you 10 seconds if you're in panic. Keep this in mind. It could take you 2 seconds to put on your oxygen mask. It could take you 2 minutes as you are fumbling and being all nervous about it. But nonetheless, but yes, if you don't put on your oxygen mask and you just put on your child, eventually you need more oxygen than your child. Poof, you're going to pat. That's why part of the reason why they tell you put your own mask on. You're an adult. You take in more air than they do. If there's less air in the cabin of the airplane, they will survive longer than you will. So put your mask on first. And if you keel over and are out and they have, then you have to be in, they want you to be in frame so that you are in frame with yourself to take care of your child. Exactly. You got that nail right on the head. Think. And of course, it's Friday, so we are going to tell you not to fry your brain, right? So do not get an egg and onto the counter where they are telling you are frying your brain when you are doing drugs. If you're smoking marijuana and you smash the egg on the counter, you are doing more damage to your counter than your brain. But nonetheless, we love you. So they like to. But Yancy, you have a very wise soul and a very wise, yes, that is a very wise question, because if you do not find the balance in yourself and you want to help others, but you're not balanced in yourself, where you are like, look, I take care of myself. This is my open space. I'm willing to give you my open space. You are beginning to see that your time is valuable. There you go, Yaxi. That was a very good comment there, Yalla. We appreciate that. All right. So is there any other questions in the chat? We will see what we have here. Dohola, do you have a question? Or Millie, might you have a question? All right. And the question really, Lara, to answer the grand answer to your question is, how do you see yourself utilizing your own spiritual gifts? They're your gifts. They were given to you. So how do you see yourself when you to utilize them? Something you might want to meditate on or ground into itself as what you want to see in your universe. So if you have any other questions for Saint Germain, you can put them into the chat. We are going to, while we are waiting, we are going to work with some energetics here, and we are going to ground into our 15-second picture as well. We have not yet done that. We did some card cutting, so we are going to do that. Okay, so we do not have any other questions here. Maybe someone will come up. Keep typing them. Nonetheless, if you are typing one. But what we are going to do right now then, before we end this good dining here, and it has to end shortly because Josh has to go to work, we are going to ground into our project, what we are wanting to see by November 11th, or what we are intending to see. You may not see anything November 11th. You might see it November 15th. You might already start seeing things coming into your frame. It's about holding on to what you are looking for first, and not pushing the energetics away, not removing the energetics or saying we are not We are not bringing this into our frame, or not this lifetime, or whatever you are saying. It's about when you are trying to manifest something, it's about holding that in your frame and trusting that it will show up better. There we go. So if you have been watching us in the dawning, then each day we are taking 15 seconds to ground into our intentional project. So if you do not have an intentional project, then all you need to do is pause the video and quickly put into yourself. All energetics come from inside yourself. So if you are wanting to create something, you can only create something from inside yourself. Everything started as a thought or a moving energy inside yourself. Grateful. We are trying, that is our goal. We are appreciative, La. She said that, thank you. Josh and Saint Germain, you have brought clarity to my universe. That is the goal. We want you to understand that you are your own universe. All of the energetics that you are generally playing in are just based off of your traumas. And if you can step past that, step through those traumas, you are going to find that you are an amazing slice of sauce that can do anything if you put your energetics behind it and trust your universe. And this is what we are talking about with the 15-second picture project, what we are trying to create. You can create anything in your universe. You just have to have faith that you as source can bring it into your frame. So again, we are going to ground into what we are creating for our 15-second project. And if you are new here, just pause the video. What do you want to see by November 11th if you keep joining us? Or if you just put it takes 15 seconds to put it into the grander source field. So that's all you need to spend is 15 seconds. Pardon me. Josh had the box there. So all you need to spend is 15 seconds pushing it into the grander source field, holding it in your frame, and allowing it to come back to you as what you are looking for in your universe or better. We say or better because your energetics are here now, but by November 11th, they could be here. They will not be down here. You never go backwards. You may feel like you are. But once you reach an energetic plateau, you stay there, but then you can go up, but you can never go back down. You don't like totally lose that. It's always going to be in your frame, whether you remember it or not, or act upon it is another story. You could act in lower energetics and never climb back up, but it's always, your current set point will still be there if you reach for it. So, okay, so take 10, 15 seconds here. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to visualize what we are creating. If it's a new car, we are driving the car. If it's money, we are spending the money. We have a big check in our hand. Whatever it is you are trying to create, a new house, new car, new universe for you, new life, whatever it is. So close your eyes. We're going to ground into our intentional project and take 15 seconds to see what we are bringing into our frame and hold it as energetics in our frame. So 5, 4, 3, there we go. So 15 seconds beginning now. We are seeing it. You are on that grand vacation. You are in your new house. You are living you are in your own, on your own in a grand apartment, townhouse. What are you seeing? What are you bringing into your universe? What are you looking to bring into your universe on November 11th? Your 15 seconds. All right, there we go. That's all it takes to bring into your universe what you are looking for, to bring it into your frame, what you are looking for from your universe. You're holding your energetics in trust. You're holding yourself in trust of yourself, and you are not davishing your energies by saying, oh, maybe not this lifetime, or I'm not worthy, or those are for other people. You will get what you are looking for or better. It's just how the universe works. There's no other way. This is why we are saying, that's Harley. Good dawning. Welcome, Harley. We are grateful that you are here. And if you have a question, we've got 9 minutes left before we need to end the good dawning here. So if you have a question, Harley, you can put it in the chat. We are answering energetic questions. And right now we are going to work with some energetic smoothing. So from your end there, we're going to do energetics with Saint Germain. Well, see if any more questions come into the chat. Otherwise, we're going to end this good dawning and wish you all a great day. And of course, the energies, if you looked on Mr. Floyd or Josh's community page, we are forgetting it was something is squared up with Venus. But nonetheless, the energetics right now, helping versus enabling, that is a good one. But the energetics right now are a little sketchy. So be careful in your universe. That's why this felt for Josh until Saint Germain came in to grab it. A little more disjointed because the energetics right now, and if you look on the page, Josh just does not remember, and Saint Germain cannot remember if Josh does not. So from your end, the energetics, see that, whatever it was that happened on the 9th, something moved into Venus or whatever, it's changing the way people communicate for a little while. So if you feel a little more flighty in your universe or less solid in your communication, it is mostly due to the astrology. But if you are helping versus enabling, that is a good one. Helping somebody is to put them into their frame. Enabling somebody is to claim their frame. Are you understanding that? I recently heard that when you are true to yourself, the world will be true to you. How do I be true to myself? Good Dunning. We are grateful. We have 7 minutes left, so we're going to answer both questions as best and as quickly as we can before we end this Good Dunning, because Josh has to go to work. So for helping versus enabling, first off, enabling. If you're helping somebody, you are lifting them out of a situation. It's like teaching somebody to fish, right? What is it? Yeshua would say, you can teach a man to fish. You can give him a fish, he will eat once. But if you teach a man to fish, he will eat forever. So that is where we are going with the energetics. It is also about, as empaths, as all of us generally are watching this. If you are an empathic, you are wanting to help, you are of love. It is not about claiming other people's energetics either. We tend to claim people's situations sometimes, where this is your situation. I'm going to claim that. I'm taking that as my situation. We will fix you. And you are thinking you are fixing yourself, really. When you are fixing somebody else, but in your mind, you are fixing. We conflate all this stuff because we are not in our own frame. So when you want to be careful there to help somebody. So we are grateful you are here, Holly. Welcome. Oops, there we go. So if you are wanting to help somebody versus enabling, put them on a path where they can help themselves. If you are always going to be there for them in the same situation, then you are enabling them. If you are continuously, years later, helping somebody financially, it's understandable, 6 months, they're looking for work or whatever. But 2 years later, you are still helping them financially, you are enabling them at that point. Helping them would be to put a resume, this is the grand way to say it, put a resume together, maybe drive them to job interviews, where you may have to do more work helping them versus enabling them, if you are an understanding. Maybe even getting them to get a suit or maybe they don't even know how to tie a tie, whatever it is. You are helping to put them into their grand energetic field. There we go. So it's about not letting them create the same reason why you are helping them in the first place in the future. It's about helping them to help themselves in the future, however that is. You will know if you are enabling because they will ask again. You'll be like, really? Your energetics will tell you that you are enabling them. You'll be like, really? I don't want to do this. Why am I? Again, what is going on with you? Come on. Can't you get your together, so to speak? We're not going to cuss, but can't you get your stuff together? There you go. So hopefully that helps. It is kind of a short answer here because we really fence this in on an hour. Generally, the tops that it can go. But unless we start woo-dunning earlier, which is possible, we could start it at 8:30 or 8:15, which is a feasible possibility in the future if we want to go longer, especially on Fridays when we are doing longer question answering here. But you are welcome, Joyce. And of course, you know as well, Mr. Floyd channelings, and we will answer. We can answer you and get together, whatever works for you if you have a deeper answer to your question now. All right, so for karma, for hostage trigger hopes, let's see what we have here. I recently heard that when you true to yourself, the world will be true to you. That is correct. Your energetics will be matched. How do I be true to myself? Ooh, that is a good question. First off, you have to understand who the self is, and that getting out of the trauma body is the first step. In order to understand one's own self, one must first work on releasing the traumas that are holding them down. If you are in your dense trauma body, if you are in your trauma suit and not your light suit, then you are going to see things through a traumatic field nonetheless. It's going to be skewed. It'll be like having darker colored glasses on, where you cannot control that. So you are going to see things in a darker tint. So you are looking at your phone with the blue tint filter off, right? So it looks darker, or on, I should say. And so it looks darker, it doesn't look as washed, it looks all washed up. So for yourself, in order to have the world be true to you, you have to figure out who yourself is. And that's the first start, is doing the work. It's the trauma work that you have to really get through in order to find yourself and then to stand in your own and standing and then in your own frame. It's when you are deeply in your own frame that your world is going to match you. But most of us, and even Josh, just until like a year ago, not even 6 months ago, was walking around with broken energetics, where you are not totally in your frame, where you are wavering, and if you are teetering in your frame, where you are this or that, or your energetics are a little bit wishy-washy, meaning that you are not solid in your frame. You are walking maybe partial head down. Your hands are in your pocket, where you are still carrying partial Charlie Brown energy. Till that is totally clear, then you can be like, I am solid. I know who I am, and I know what I'm looking for. Your universe, any word will match you. Boom. But until then, you're going to get the same, as your vibration goes up, the world will match. What you get matched will go up. But if you are in Charlie Brown energy, you get matched by Lucy pulling the football out from underneath you. Are you an understanding of that? If you are in Charlie Brown energy, if you're not in your frame, then you're going to get matched as much of your frame in your frame as you are. Does that make sense? So if you are wanting to see how the world can respond back to you in a balanced and strong manner, you have to be true to yourself, right? You have to clear your traumas and learn who you are and stand in that frame. You have to be broadcasting, I know who I am. There you go. And then you will find from the world will be true to you. It's only matching your energetics. So if you are not in balance with yourself, if you are not in truth with yourself, your universe is going to reply to you with lack of truth, without you being out of truth, if that makes any sense. So it's finding the truth. Everything that you see outside of yourself, energetically speaking, is a return based on what you feel inside yourself. Does that help? Hopefully that does. But so it's about standing in your frame first. Not about even being true to yourself. First off, it's just about finding the energetics where I am solid. I know who I am. Then the universe will match you with, she's solid, going to give you what you know. If you, as you are wishy-washy, are not in frame, or thinking you are not true to yourself, then you're going to get energetics that are going to not be true to you. You're going to get matching energetics. Think of it this way: if you are in a really terrible space, you go to a restaurant, most likely you're going to get a waitress or waiter, Sava. There you go. Don't want to be. We were removing all those kind of waiter, waitress, mailman, mailwoman. It's postal carrier, right? So there you go. Because we are all balanced, we are all the same. Whether you're male or female, you're still doing the same job. You are serving food. So there we go. So if you are in negative energetics, right, and you go to the restaurant, most likely you're going to attract people who have negative energetics in their frame, and they're going to match your universe. The people who show up in your frame, in your universe, generally speaking, are one of two things: either a lesson to show you where you can go, or to match where you are, or maybe a third, to show you where you've been. Are you in understanding that? So you're going to get people who are going to match your energetics, and you'll be like, ooh, the universe, there seems to be a lot of me's around. But you're going to get those people who will walk in on a higher vibration to show you where you can go. Those will be the people in that frame, right? Who are in their universe, solid in their universe, who will come in to show you, this is how you are true to yourself. And to show you that you can square yourself up. It's not about, you could be wishy-washy for sure, but if you feel that you are wishy-washy, then do a lot of grounding for one. Put your feet on the ground and start to frame yourself into a better into a more centered space. But it's about removing the traumas. Stepping through that is where you are leaving wishy-washy, because you have doubts within yourself based on past history, traumatic experiences, what other people have shown you, what you have allowed in your universe and whatnot. So that would start, you'd have to start with that first. Hopefully that helps. But of course, we were going to have a follow-up. We had a one-on-one anyway, so we're going to have a follow-up, and so we can discuss that for sure in your follow-up. Okay, this is going to be the last question. It's going to be very fast. If a person practices manifestation affirmations but still experiences blockages, almost definitely. But the blockages most likely are your energetics. The blockages are most likely traumas that you have not yet dealt with. We're going to be as honest as we can. We cannot take too much more time here, but most of, and we are going to have, and this is going to be helpful for you, Harry, we're going to have, on Tuesday night, we are going to have Viviani. You've seen Viviani on John Benny's channel. So we're going to have her Tuesday night. So if you're thinking that you have blockages inside yourself, right? She works with the Akashic Records, so she can go in and help you to see akashically, timeline speaking, universally, which in lifetimes. Did you create the blockage? Are you living in blockage timelines? Are you carrying energetics from another timeline that could be blocking you? Most likely that is quite possibly the case. But if you are feeling that you are blocked and thinking that you are blocked, then you could be blocking yourself just from feeling or thinking that within itself. You keep that in mind as well. But it's not about practicing, it's about realizing. And if you are practicing manifestation and affirmations, you are already. This is a grand energetic deal here. We are going to state this. And we do have to end the whodunning here. But if you are practicing energetics, if you are going, I need more abundance, I'm going to watch this abundant video, I want to be this, you are already claiming to your universe, hey, I am not abundant. I need this video to create my abundance. So I'm giving away. Are you hearing this? Giving away my abundance. Now, if you are watching Joe Dispenza to teach you energetics of abundance, whole different story. He's teaching you that you are an abundant soul, that you can create abundance. And here is the Chilton's manual, the directions on how your body creates abundance. That's a different story. If you're watching affirmations and videos of you are abundant and you can bring it in, then you are already not abundant. If you're asking for instructions on how to be abundant, that is a different story. But if you are watching these to bring in your abundance, you have to realize you're grand sauce. You are all the abundance you choose to be. You are choosing to be less abundant because you are telling this video you need it to be more abundant. Keep that in mind. You don't see abundant videos on this channel because you are the grand abundance already. You are all of sauce. You just don't see it yet. You don't allow it to see yourself that. So if you are looking to be more abundant, we're not saying don't, but if you are looking to videos, this video will bring you more abundance by watching this listening to this frequency. No, it won't. What will bring you more abundance is watching Joe Dispenza and saying, okay, how does the energetics work? What am I doing? What is the instruction manual to bring in abundance? That is how you do it. Follow the instructions. You have grand teachers. You are already abundant. You are just learning how to, you are already a driver. You just need to learn how to operate that specific car. You're already abundant. You are now learning how to operate it within your frame. That is it. Otherwise, you are giving it away. If you're watching anything else, you are just telling the universe that you are not abundant. And from that, you need to end the good dunning here. So we're going to say we love you. And we are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we have channeled. We are grateful that you are here. Over your weekend, can you take 15 seconds Saturday, 15 whole seconds on Sunday, for 30 seconds out of your 48-hour weekend to grind into your project? Can you do that? To see what you have placed on your wall and bring it into your frame. You're not required to, but it's also about grand energetics and intentions, right? Now, we are not asking for those who have just started watching the channel who show up on Monday, just showed up today. But if you have been watching us, what are your intentions? What are you telling your universe? This is going back to what we are saying with Holly and everybody else here. It's about grand intentions. Putting that out there and being consistent. The greatest thing your universe appreciates, and Saint Germain can say this because we appreciate Josh's consistency. You want change in your universe, be consistent in what you do. Put 15 seconds into the atmosphere and send your energetics out there. Keep being consistent. Keep telling yourself you are awesome. Keep high-fiving yourself. Keep doing loving acts for yourself. Keep telling people you are amazing and keep treating people with the same respect. Watch what happens in your universe. You are. You do not want, you do not need. You already are. You are just not seeing it in your universe, so you are thinking you are not. You are already the grand abundance that you are looking for. You are sauce. You are everything. It's your traumas and all the dramas and crap that have been thrown in front of you and that is sitting in your frame that takes you away from that. So the honest answer is just working on all the crap in your frame and it'll all fall away. All the traumas will fall away and then you will see that you are the abundance you have been looking for. It will start coming in because as the darkness goes out, the light fills in, and it's a whole nother universe. So there you go. All right, we are grateful. We love you. Releasing transmission. All right, hate to shout and run here, but 8:37, 9:37, but work at 10 o'clock. And so, yeah, I love you. I know you guys love yourselves, so stay awesome. And we will see you guys definitely in the next. There's some shorts up. I posted a new short last night, so check that out from the walk that I did around the lake in Longmont. Some prairie dogs. So there we go. And so Tuesday night we have Viviani, and Monday we go and we'll tag team John again. and Viviani, so you get to see what she's doing, and we'll have her on Tuesday night. So any of you guys out there who are looking to get into, and honestly, you're all here on a cycle of some sort. Nobody on planet Earth is on a visitor's visa anymore. If you're here, you're in a cycle of some sort of karmic cycle that you're trying to fix, or you're out of it and you're living, you fixed it and you're living in your universe. But everybody here is working on something, right? So what is your grand working on? And that's why we're having Viviani on, so she can get into your Akashic and see what your karmic lesson is, why you're stringing many lifetimes together.
A small word, but with so very much
power. What the heck?
As you let go.
All right,
and allow,
we're going to release this. Thanks. Have a great day.
You are aligning yourself to your greatest
force. That was weird.
Your greatest